Welcome back to Canada's Blonde Moment.
Are prepared to go forward with the court's initiated resentencing proceedings and look forward to a resentencing hearing on that motion. The essence of the defense that the Menendezes have maintained from the first trial into the second trial to the present day is that they acted in self-defense. At trial, Erik testified, and he was asked, "Did you kill your father because he sexually molested you?" Answer, no. Did you kill your parents because you hated them? Certainly no, was the answer. Did you kill your parents because you wanted their money? Answer, no. Did you kill your parents as an act of mercy? Answer, no. Why, Mr. Menendez, did you kill your mother and your father? Because we were afraid. What is it you were afraid of? I was afraid of dying. Who were you afraid was going to kill you? My mom and my dad. Because remember, the first defense that they came out with was, we didn't do it. That's not us. If you remember the 911 call, if you remember Erik Menendez screaming and crying when the police came out that night, he says to the police, "We're going to kill them," referring to the people who had just murdered his parents. "We're going to kill them. We're going to torture them." Who would have done this thing? The answer is the Menendezes. But their first iteration was it wasn't that. It was either the mafia or the cartel or the dirty business associates of Jose Menendez. They persisted in this lie, not just the night of August 20th, but kept that lie going for months and months and months. And had Erik not confessed to his therapist, Dr. Oziel, months later, and that confession been taped, and that confession's tape been turned over to the police, they would have maintained it wasn't us.
Hey, welcome back to Canada's Blonde Moment. I'm TJ, and with me, as always, is my crime loving, justice bending, and slightly delusional co host, Chrissy.
Excuse me. Delusional. Oh, TJ, you are so wrong about this one. Today we're talking about Erik and Lyle Menendez, two young men who shot their parents to death in their Beverly Hills mansion. And spoiler alert, I don't think they should have served a single day in jail.
And that, my friends, is why we're going to argue for the next little bit for you. Because I think they're exactly where they should be, behind bars for life. Like, these guys brutally murdered their parents and went on a shopping spree like they won the lottery. Like, it's textbook premeditated murder, Chrissy.
Oh,
Premeditated murder.
mm-hmm. Oh, come on, TJ.
Yeah.
Are we just going to ignore why they did it?
Oh,
These
please.
boys were allegedly horrifically abused. Well, like we're talking years of sexual, physical, and emotional torture at the hands of their father, Jose Mendez, and their mother, Kitty, who allegedly allowed it to happen. They weren't just spoiled rich kids who wanted more money. They were terrified victims who saw no other way out.
Okay, hold up. Okay, wait. Okay, first of all, the word allegedly is doing some serious heavy lifting here, Chrissy. Okay? There was never any solid evidence to prove that Jose Mendez was an abuser. All we have are the words of two men who were on trial for murder. And conveniently, okay, their memories of this horrific abuse only seem to surface after they were caught. Hmm.
Okay, that's not true.
Mm.
Their family members backed up their claims. Their cousin testified that Eric admitted to the abuse years before the murders. Plus, childhood photos and psychological evaluation showed clear signs of trauma.
Signs of trauma? Okay. Or signs of two brothers trying to weasel their way out of a death sentence. Now, look, here's my issue. Okay, Chrissy? If they were truly in danger, and listeners, tell me if you agree, why not go to the police? Why not escape? We're not talking about little boys, okay? There were so many other options besides murder.
Right, because the police are so well known for taking abuse allegations seriously in wealthy, powerful families. Give me a break, TJ. Look at the 1980 sexual abuse wasn't talked about like it is now. And you really think the cops would have taken the word of two rich kids over their successful, respected father? Come on now.
Okay, fine. Okay. You know what? I might agree with you about cops and stuff, okay? You could have a little bit of a point as to why they didn't go to the police. But again, we're not talking about young children. We're talking about grown men, old enough to move out of the house, right? Get their own job. But let's talk about how they did it, okay? These two boys didn't just shoot their parents in self defense, they bought shotguns, waited for them to come home, and obliterated them. Like Jose was shot in the back of his head, clearly execution style. And Kitty was shot so many times they didn't even recognize her face. That's not desperation. That's rage.
Yeah, you say rage like it's not justified. If what they say is true, these boys spent years being violated and dehumanized. That kind of trauma just doesn't go away. They snapped, and yes, they went way overboard, but should they have been locked away forever? No way,
And I say yes, absolutely.
because you're
Absolutely.
crazy.
No, no matter what, Chrissy, no matter what they went through, it does not justify murder. If we start letting people off because they had bad childhoods, we'd have to release half the prison population. They weren't defending themselves in this moment, they were hunting their parents like animals.
But TJ, they were trapped. Their father controlled everything, their money, their movements, their lives. They truly believed they had no way out. It's not the same as some random killing, like criminal killing for fun or greed. He wouldn't even let Lyle go to away to college.
Okay, letting them, do you hear what you're saying? These are adults. They could have made the choice to leave at any time. Okay. A lot of us have, bad childhoods. But you know what? Our parents are still alive today. And if they're not, it's not because we shot them with shotguns. Okay. If we want to blame all of that, I mean, they could have like ran away and got a job at 12. At 12, right? But you know what? After the murders, they sure didn't act like traumatized victims. Okay, Chrissy, they went on a spending spree. Rolex watches, fancy cars, luxury trips, millions gone in months. That doesn't scream, oh no, we were abused. That screams, woohoo! And we got away with it.
Or maybe it screams, we just murdered our parents and we're completely messed up in the head and trying to pretend everything is normal. Trauma makes people act irrationally. You don't know how you would react in their situation.
Well, Chrissy, I have some property on Mars I'd love to sell you if we're going to go this way. It's right beside Tom Cruise's property. You guys will be neighbors. But no, you're right, okay? Um, but I do know that murder isn't the answer, okay? They had lawyers, family, resources. They had friends. They could have run away, gone to the media, something other than shooting their parents in cold blood.
And I say that they were victims of the very people who were supposed to protect them. They weren't pushed to the breaking they were pushed to the breaking point. They should have gotten therapy, not life in prison.
And I say justice was flippin' served. Okay? You can sympathize with them all you want, but at the end of the day, you do not get a free pass for murder. Like, period. None. Do you know how
Oh,
many teens out there? Do you know how many kids are going to be like, oh, you know what? Mom just grounded me from my Xbox. I'm going to shoot her. And then after I talk to my lawyers and that, and they're like, we could say this or this, I'm going to say I was abused. I killed them.
no.
I
Listen,
really wanted my Xbox back.
listen. At the time of their case, there was um OJ Simpson case.
Yeah,
He got
who
off.
and he
He got
shouldn't
and
have.
he shouldn't have,
No,
absolutely not, but
no.
he got off.
Yeah.
Then there was another case, I cannot remember his name, same situation. He murdered I'm not even sure if it was both of his parents or just one for sexually abusing
Oh,
him.
I remember this
He got
case. That
off.
guy, yeah. Yeah, what was it? There was a Netflix documentary done on him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, it was the same judge for all 3 cases. Now the Mendez brothers come in. The world is going absolutely insane because this judge just let off
Because
O.J.
the
Simpson
judge
and
just
then this
learned his
guy.
lesson that, you know what,
So
criminals
no,
belong in jail. I'm not going to
no,
make
there
the same
was
mistake. These boys murdered their parents in cold blood. What's to say that they're not going to get mad at their rich aunt or uncle next? And then say,
mm,
uh-huh.
no,
Okay,
I and
these boys came up with a fabulous friggin' well, reason, I guess you'd say,
again, there was
a
so much
lie.
evidence, and the
There,
judge just threw the book at them to make a point, so the world would calm down a little bit.
okay. So, guys,
Yes.
listen.
Yes, listeners, what do you think?
Yeah,
Were the Mendez brothers justified, or are they just manipulative killers who spun a
exactly.
convenient story?
It's the
Don't
second
exactly.
one. It's the
Nope.
second one, guys. I don't
Nope.
know. Hit us up in the comments. Like, tell us who you agree with. Okay, Chrissy, who's completely delusional.
Absolutely not.
Right? Or me, who is bang on. I mean, we all know I'm right. But let's let's remember, okay? The next time someone brings up the Mendez brothers, you guys just ask yourself, if they weren't rich, would we even be talking about them?
Ugh, you are so impossible, TJ. All right, guys. That's it for this week's Canada's Blonde Moments. Like, subscribe, and let us know what case we should fight about next.
Okay, yeah. See you next time. And you guys, you know what? Just want to say this. Don't murder your parents.
I agree. I agree.
We are so glad you came. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye now. Bye. Bye bye.
That was Canada's Blonde Moment, and I am out.